Stewardship is a path of many steps. The steps that woodland owners take are linked to their goals, values, and their vision for their land. In Baldwin, Maine, northwest of Sebago Lake, a community of woodland owners is taking shape.
First saw it in '63, and then we made the purchase in late spring of 1964. The literature was 135 acres, more or less, the description of it. But as the surveyor continued working and the chain of title was developed, it seemed that in reality it was much closer to 185 acres. It was young woods. The front of the house where the brook goes around was an alder thicket. We could see Sebago Lake just standing in the backyard. And so it was very young, growing back from what had been a pretty heavy commercial forestry project, cutting.
I mean, this property has always been the focal point of my family. It is probably no exaggeration to say that the reason I was born and the reason I exist was as the intended future custodian of this property. Like, it is literally my mission in life. And I don't know if it's because I was raised that way or just of the inherent appeal and meaningfulness of the property to me, but it's very much, very much a part of my soul. I mean, the land in our family, maybe the best way to describe it's almost more of a religion than geography. It is a way of life. It just sort of permeated every, the way we structured our year and our activities and everything we believed in and everything that we did, was very much anchored to this land. It was very much, so it's very much a part of my soul.
I named it Heath Umbrage. Some people have interpreted that various ways, but my interpretation was that having been cut over, it was a wasteland, and also this is the headwater of Heath Brook. A number of tributaries bisect the property, and so there was the heath, and umbrage was giving shade, causing shade, and so I thought this was a wasteland that was giving shade from the regrowth of the trees.
My father had like 300 acres or so of land, and we pastured all the way through to where we've built our home there. That was some of our pasture land that he purchased in 1943. The timber on this lot probably started growing in about the 1930s. This is called the Duroshi Orchard. That's what I always knew it as growing up as a kid around here. My neighbor who has the apple orchard, this was owned by a person in Massachusetts, about 200 acres, and he and I bought this land and then we split it. We had the logger do some timber harvesting. We paid him back as we harvested wood here, and then we ended up having a small mortgage. So we still have trees left, thank goodness,